Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and today I've got another great video for you in the fact that why is the price of SHIB pumping? Now Shiba Inu is one of them tokens you either love or hate. Some people are on the army of the Doge and some people are on the army of the SHIB. And some people sit on the fence in the middle like me. But if you remember not so long ago, I think it was just about a month ago, SHIB had the massive pump and a massive dump. And while it was going down, there was a lot of speculation, press, even goading of the SHIB army to say that the token's dead, SHIB's gone to the dogs, and that's it. It's sort of RIP for SHIB. But the loyal fans were fighting back at this and saying, no, SHIB is not dead and we will see a relief rally. And it seems as though their prayers have been answered because we have seen a relief rally of about 400% on the SHIB price. Now, why is that? Is it just a relief rally because we've seen that massive sell-off, that the people waiting for it to bottom out and it bounce back up? Or has there been a lot more bullish news in the socials and in the market? Well, if you want to find out more what's happening with the SHIB price and in that price chart analysis to see where the price is going, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before I start today's awesome video, I have to say, as we always do, that anything you see, hear or choose to ignore in today's video is not financial advice. No, I'm no financial advisor. This bad boy is here for your educational purposes only. And education is what we want to give on the SHIB token, especially today. So let's jump straight into CoinMarketCap and get on with the video. Boom. So as you can see, SHIB's had a nice healthy price increase over the last kind of couple of days where it was finding bottom, but it is finding a lot of momentum now and going into that kind of higher high. But we need to zoom out and look at the price chart analysis soon to see, is it on an ascending triangle or a descending triangle? And what is the price saying for SHIB? But before we do that, let's try and dig a little bit deeper into it and see why the SHIB is actually pumping and why all the people that said SHIB was dead are probably not aging too well now and seeing the price rise. Now, as you can see from here, today it's up around about, overall about 17%. It keeps fluctuating up and down a little bit, but you can see in the last 24 hours, it's had a nice, good, healthy pump. Now, obviously I've seen the socials and I've read a little bit about the news in this, and there isn't a great deal as to why this is happening other than the SHIB army are staying loyal and they are doing what we say we should do in crypto. Crypto seeing healthy, Bitcoin's pumping, Ethereum's pumping, so the SHIB army are literally buying the dip. And boy, are they being rewarded for it. Boom. So here we go on SHIB's Twitter. And what they keep saying, and you'll find in a lot of this, is another exchange offering for SHIB. Keep them coming. So as you can see, from the 9th of October, exchange are considering to leash and bone and both parents of the SHIB ecosystem. So SHIB is growing and exchange are getting on board. Because obviously, as you can see here, from the 8.6 thousand, the 12.7 thousand, and the massed 1.1 million followers that this SHIB account's got, you can see that the fans and the army are really behind this token. So for me, and I'll try and confirm this as best as I can with a little bit of news that I'm going to do and the price chart action, to me, I see it as SHIB is really just rebounding on a relief rally for when it sort of bottomed out, because as I'll show you in the price chart, it did take a massive crash. And as we look at other tokens, when they crash and they fall to the bottom, big investors or people that want to invest long term, short term, or just literally know what they're doing, tend to buy when they think the token's bottomed out and ride that price up and then start retracing. So I'm going to jump into the news and just tell you a little bit about what people are saying, why the SHIB tokens is sort of hitting a rally. And as you can see here on Cointelegraph, is that people sold the token off. Now I can zoom into this a bit and you can see here there was a mass sell-off, and exactly what we were saying, that the token sort of hit its bottom ground. People are finding this out, and then around about the 13th, it sort of people started getting a bit of momentum, and then bam, October has seen the best pumps that SHIB's had since losing its platform back sort of like in the summer. And this is what it was. It's a relief rally that people were buying the dips. Because you've got people like Elon Musk, they do tweet it and they are an advocate for it. It's not all that reliant on Elon Musk. Although when he called his dog like Floki, they had a massive price increase when he was getting behind Shiba Inu. You can see here, people just sort of get on the back of it. But it's not all about that. SHIB has already got its established army, and it's got its fans, and it's got people that like investing in the token. They know it well, they know how it reacts, and they know when people are going in and out of it. So for me, I personally believe that this pump has been purely the relief rally of the token sort of crashing a little bit, bottoming out and flying back up. And it seems to me that, in not so many words, that they agree with me on Cointelegraph. They say that it's more of a relief rally because the big institutions sold it out and it lost its market cap. And they jump on the bandwagon a little bit by saying it's popular and it's stealing market share from Cardano and stuff, which it may well be, but it's not something I've looked into. I purely just look at the charts and see there must be a reason why people are jumping into this token. And if the token's bottomed out and you truly feel it's a bottom and the crypto market is doing well at the moment, why wouldn't you jump on the back of a good trend? Now, of course, you have to be careful with this because obviously when you jump into these or FOMO into these tokens, you can get burnt. But hopefully we're going to jump into the price chart action now and look at some good key levels of where the price is sort of bouncing and where you should be looking to either exit or jump in. So as you can see here, I've already charted out a little bit of the chart to say that this all the way up here was where Shiba Inu had its massive pump on the 9th of September. And literally to a month later, it's starting to have a relief rally. But this is where Shiba Inu fans sort of seen their long investment sort of fall back down to earth. The rocket ship ran out of fuel and it sort of had this massive dump. And this is where they were getting goaded a bit on social media about saying the SHIB token's dead. It's not really going to do anything. But if we have a quick look at where the bottom was, which was all the way down here, it was only down there, you see, from the 10th of September to around about the 16th of September. So I would say roughly a week before it started making its way into what I would call the first shoots of the token starting to recover. So it had a bit of a pump, went back down and flattened out. Now, it did take all the way from 17th or maybe the 18th of September to around about the 4th of October a few days ago for it to start having the big massive shoots. But this is down to the crypto market as well. The crypto market is strong, it's doing healthy, a lot of people are coming in, investors are coming out. We had this extreme fear moment in crypto not that long ago where it wasn't just Shiba Inu, there was a lot of other tokens apart from some hyper-inflated tweeted meme coins that weren't doing too well. But since then, you can see Shiba Inu has sort of rising and been putting in kind of higher highs all the way up over a period of the 4th of October to the 7th of October. So a good healthy 3 days. But we did see people get a bit carried away when it did hit the top and sort of done a sell-off. Now, I'm just going to dive into this a little bit quickly. You can see when people seen it hit this relief rally here, with all this ultra volume, not many people would have sold off there. People were still euphoric on it. But when they seen that it wasn't getting back up there after 1, 2, 4 hour candle attempts, when it did finally reach to a height where it would have been kind of sell area, if you had a sell box, you would have been going against this previous candle here and these two candles here, people did start to sort of sell off their share in it, but they knew that all the price chart action was around about here. So once it went back down, they found this as its new support. And then people started getting a bit euphoric about it again. The media, on the news, everyone was saying SHIB is raising. You would have seen a lot on the socials, a lot on the news. And SHIB started to have a new relief rally and found a new support around about this area. And now, as of today, it's doing the same thing again. It's finding itself a nice little pump, and hopefully it's going to get to a stage where it gets here or keeps pumping and puts in a test of this resistance here. But if you have a look at the way the candles are going and this decisive candle here, and with the amount of volume coming in, the volume doesn't show a healthy trend at the moment. There's no ultra volume. There's a little bit of a high volume here. And I think SHIB might have a little cooling off period where we might see kind of lower highs now against this one. We've got a higher high against here, but we might see something like, if I just draw a trend line in there, we might see probably SHIB testing a descending triangle pretty much like this. It might be using this as resistance, bouncing the back against this, but staying in this channel. And then once a breakout's confirmed, then obviously you can get bullish on SHIB again. And if it starts testing this kind of support, which if you have a look here, it's been hammered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So the fact that this support held, to me, does say that this is a really strong support. So what does all this mean? It means if you're on the fence or you're looking to either exit or get into SHIB, you have to say that on Ripto, we sell at resistance and we buy at support. So if this breaks through, bounces back here, does a confirmation with volume that this is the new support, you could buy and it'll shoot up and test resistance. If it gets rejected here, we could see levels going down and testing the support again. Again, not financial advice, it's just me saying this is what you should be looking at on the SHIB price chart at the moment if you want to do your own research. This is how I always look at these, whether the main coins or not. I look at a time period where I think, okay, I want to see if it has a breakout here. You can even go on a lower time frame, because if we draw that trend line, you can see, if I zoom in, that on the 15 minute, you can see that it's gradually going down a little bit from this trend line. So unless we see a relief up, we're not going to see pretty much too much action against the top of the trend line, but it is high. So for me at the moment, I wouldn't be buying against this area here. I'd be looking a lot more for it to see what it does against the test and the background. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that Shiba is going to bounce through this resistance here and go up to this kind of resistance line where it's been bouncing all the way back here earlier in the last few days? Or do we see SHIB on a decline at the moment where it's going to consolidate a little bit and then shoot through? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I personally think SHIB now has had its kind of euphoria moment, but I think it will gradually, if crypto stays quite dominant, if Bitcoin starts behaving itself or we see a slight decline in Bitcoin, I think SHIB will start seeing a bit more of a relief rally, because it is still quite low compared to where the big high was all the way up here. So for me, you can see it's been gaining level after level after level, putting in great new supports. So it wouldn't surprise me if it tested this kind of resistance here, bounced down and put a new line of support probably here, where it's making healthy layers and gradually building steps up to having a bit more of a healthier upside. But again, like I said, you let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really interested to know what people think about Shiba Inu, because it's one of them tokens you either, like I say, you love or hate. It's like the Marmite, as we say in London, token. And I'm super excited to see what it is the SHIB army are going to do next. Is it going to be a bit more of a relief rally, or are they going to get over exuberant, a bit excited with the gains and start dumping? But as always, like we say on Crypto